playJefferson gets in altercation with Jacksonville fans. 022 As Quinton Jefferson is running off the field, objects are being thrown at him and he tries jumping into the stands to fight fans. 022-10:39 p.m. at Jacksonville, FLA. Seattle Seahawks defensive lineman Quinton Jefferson briefly attempted to climb the railings to confront a fan during an ugly ending to Sunday's 2024 loss to the Jaguars that included Jefferson was running off the field after being ejected when a drink was thrown at him from the stands. He turned back and began arguing with fans dressed in Jaguars clothes. When more drinks were thrown at him, including one that nearly hit his head, Jefferson rushed toward the railing and began climbing it. A member of the Seahawks equipment staff pulled him off. Several other Seahawks staffers escorted him into the tunnel. Folks in the stands was throwing beer and throwing soda, whatever. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, said Jefferson, a second-year player. I'm a human just like anybody else. I'm a man just like the other man in the stands. I'm not going to let somebody disrespect me, throw a beer on me. Just because I'm playing football, I'm still a human being. I'm still a man. I'm out there playing a game and at the end of the day, it's a game and I'm a man. I'm not going to let somebody disrespect me like that. Just when things were looking up after they beat Philadelphia last week, this was a most dispiriting loss, one that dropped them in the playoff hunt. Seattle Seahawks rookie defensive lineman Malik McDowell, who hasn't played this season due to a concussion, was arrested early Sunday morning for disorderly conduct after an argument at a nightclub. Asked if he felt it was right to attempt to go into the stands, Jefferson responded, "I don't know. Was it the right call for him to throw beer on me? I'm just wondering if it was the right call for him to throw a beer on me. Just saying." Seahawks defensive lineman Jaron Reed wrote on Twitter that Jefferson was called the N-word during the sideline incident. The episode occurred during a heated finish to the game. It included fights on consecutive plays as Jacksonville was kneeling to run out the clock and Seattle's defensive lineman continued to rush at strength. After the first play, Seahawks defensive Michael Bennett and Jaguars center Brandon Linder wrestled each other on the ground. Jaguars running back Leonard Fournette shoved Bennett during the ensuing melee. Those two were also flagged for unnecessary roughness while Seattle's Sheldon Richardson was ejected for throwing a punch. It's not clear what Jefferson did to earn an ejection on the following play. "It's just bullsh," said Jaguars tight end Marcedes Lewis. "There's no room in the game for that. You see, we're kneeling. You can get somebody hurt. We're out there trying to kneel. There's no timeouts. You guys can't stop the clock. Like, why try to hurt somebody?" Lewis added, "We had 60 minutes to handle that. The last 30 seconds while we're kneeling, you're going to spear somebody in the legs. That's not cool." Seahawks coach Pete Carroll ran all the way onto the middle of the field after the second fight, which he said was to make a statement to our guys so we didn't finish with any more garbage happening out there. Carroll received an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for running onto the field. He said he realized the game was decided by that point. "It's really unfortunate how it ended. You know, with everyone getting scrapping and all that at the end, because we had a chance to get the ball back, and unfortunately, we couldn't work that out properly," Carroll said. "We have to be more poised than that. It was a very difficult finish. We had a shot." The ejections of Jefferson and Richardson brought the NFL's total to 15 in 2017, the highest total for a single season since at least 2001. Bennett cut off Jefferson's interview with reporters in the locker room and angrily dismissed them. "The man was disrespected," Bennett said. "People threw food on him. He's not an animal, he's a human being, so get out of here. How would you like it if one of your kids was playing sports and somebody threw beer on him? Exactly, so don't come in with that shit then." Jaguars cornerback A.J. Bowie took exception to how Seattle's defensive players handled themselves. "I don't know what it was, but like I said, we played with a chip on our shoulder," Bowie said. "You can't sit here and talk trash and then next thing you know saying you're going to beat us by 50, but then we hitting you in the mouth, and you want to just fight. Like, the game's already over. I ain't got no problem against them. I don't know them as a man, but certain things are just uncalled for. We're playing football. We're in between the lines. You don't have to take it outside of that. We're grown men, but I'm proud of the guys being smart and not making it worse than what it was." Seattle defensive end Frank Clark defended how the Seahawks defensive lineman continued to play hard with the Jaguars in victory formation. "There was still time left on the clock, so of course we're taught to play until the clock hits triple zeros, and that's exactly what we was doing basically," Clark said. "We don't take plays off, so if we see an opportunity to go and get the ball back, that's basically what we was doing. It turned into a lot more than what we hoped for, but at the end of the day we've got each other's back, and that's what it comes down to. Who's got each other's back, and we've got ours. Information from ESPN's Kevin Seifert and Michael Duraco was used in this report.